the game that I wanted to talk to you about is you've played a game called Jurassic Parts. And I got to play this one with Jay Bell. I have not done a lot of live gaming since March, but Jay's sort of in my bubble, and we'll come across a 10-foot table and play some kind of game. And the one that we did was Jurassic Park. So, disclaimer, I've only played it 2-player.
Okay.
Tell me about Jurassic Parks, Grant.
Yeah, this actually made my top 10 of the year. I think I put it I put it number 8 on my top 10 of the year. So it's a game I really like because, for me, the games that are like the best games in my wheelhouse are games that have good decisions and strategy, but are easy to teach like non-gamers or people that don't play that often. And I think Jurassic Parts really fits into this. Like the components, like you're just showing right there, super nice and cool. And it's like, there is a lot of choices where you're like, okay, where am I going to put this chisel? Do I want to spend an amber to like be able to get stuff? So the way the game works for people who haven't played it is you see this whole board and you are basically trying to place chisels and break off chunks of the rock. And then there will be fossils and you're trying to compile different dinosaur fossils. Whoever basically combines the most fossils for points wins. I will say, you said you only played it at two-player. I like the game at 2 and 3 players better than I like it at 4 and 5.
Okay.
3 players to me, sweet spot for the game.
Good to know.
Yeah, because with 4 and 5, I mean, especially 5. 4's all right, but 5, it becomes a little like random and chaotic. Like it's almost like at 2, 3, your choices matter. At 5, it's like there's just like you can't. Your choices aren't gonna like really do that much because there's just a lot of like chaotic randomness, and you're like, I couldn't even get in on this score, and I'm over here doing my own thing and stuff like that. So 3 to me is the best player count for that.
I did notice with 2 when Jay and I were playing each other. So like you said, you're carving off these different sections and then you flip over the tiles and hopefully you get some kind of match for the set collection. And you've got these special powers. I really enjoyed the special powers. I thought they were pretty neat. But you're right, with 2 players, I noticed that at the start we kind of stayed away from each other. But as soon as we noticed that, he's going for that big T-Rex, I'm going to take the rest of that T-Rex. We really horned in on each other. And there was a lot, especially as the board got smaller and smaller. It was a game that forced player interaction, but it didn't feel like a super mean game that was going to, you just destroyed everything I tried to do.
Like, to me, one of the reasons I like it is I don't mind Take That because comedians are all about like Take That, right? We're trying to, and this is a game that has like some element of Take That, but it's not like overly, and it's not like all the time. Like, and the Take That is almost like in a choice where you're like, if I put this chisel here and go this way, maybe I can cut them out of it, but maybe it doesn't work. Maybe they come back and they do something else, and you're like, it blew up my idea.
That's exactly what happened. I tried to cut in on Jay one time, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and then my whole plan went out. I should have been better off just staying away from him.
Yeah, totally.
I don't like games like Unfair where the game forces you to be mean to people, and not only is it mean, Verla, in Unfair, it wrecks you. I mean, you've built up this whole thing, and then Grant plays a card and goes, "Ha ha!" And all of a sudden, like, wait, you took all of my money?
And you're like, I spent the last half an hour building that. Well, I guess that didn't matter.
That didn't matter at all. That is rough, and that's a tough one. So Jurassic Parts, Kelly said she's played it only at 2-player also, and she's loved it too. Now that's from 25th Century Games.
It is.
We'll be talking about them.
Totally. Yeah.
Tell Chad to send me that big check, man. I'll be waiting. Big check. No, but Jurassic Parts, I was actually surprised. Area control, not one of my favorite things. But if it's in a short time frame, and what was this, like 40 minutes?
I mean, I would say max like 45 minutes.
And it does look cool on the table. I was actually pretty impressed.
Yeah,
the rules are pretty simple. The amber pieces are awesome. The rules are pretty simple, and it was pretty phenomenal. Verla, you've played it with Kelly, or you haven't got?
Not yet. She's supposed to be coming down to see me in a couple weeks, and she needs to bring it so I can try it out because that's been on my list.
I'll give you Grant's cell phone number, and he can just call him up if you have any rules questions. And you'll get
Perfect.
So that's Jurassic Parts from 25th Century Games. Gives a thumbs up from Grant.
Thumbs up, big thumbs up. Top 10 of the year for me.